everyone. My name is Kaylee, and I will be the first presenter for this information sessions. Okay, so first of all, how is everyone today? I mean, it's already a repeating question, but I want to connect with you more, and hopefully at the end of this event, we will open it up and talk to each other and become real good friends. And I hope that this year CDU will offer you that opportunity to do networking and you will have such a good friendships with each other. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, but just mentioned continue. What did you do?
So information today will start with I will introduce what IT CodeFair is. And after that, Miss Cherry will be the one who talk about mental management. And last but not least from Career Center, oops, already one person yawning. So Liz will be the last person who give you guys the talk of how to view your networking, right? So first, I will want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of lands of which we are meeting and pay respect to the elder, both past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So now I want to ask you one question. This one's gonna be quite simple. What's gonna keep you awake all night during those college years? Like what's gonna make you worry? Is that gonna be your exam? Or is that like the fact that you're gonna run out on ramen noodles soon? Or part-time job? I want to ask the guys who yawned the most, just literally 3 minutes, and he's yawned 3 times. Hello, sir. Yes.
It's career plan after graduation.
Career plans. That's the correct answer that I want to tell you guys about. Exactly. It's actually our future. Yes, our future. Like how to find jobs after graduations. And I mean, come on, we spend money, we spend effort for the degree. So first we want to put the use of that degree. But here's the tricky thing happens. If you new to Darwin, and I think that you all new in here, Darwin, are you first year student?
Yeah, new student here.
Okay, so have you tried to look up at the job market?
I tried to, but I can't find any job.
I mean, that's literally me a few months ago, literally. Thank you. And the name is
Ming Shi.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ming Shi. So I think Ming Shi and everyone new here is gonna feel the same way. You new here, you look up in Seek or Facebook or LinkedIn, and you search for the job, right? And you scrape all of your skill and everything on the resume, and you wait. You wait for 1 month, 2 months, and nothing in the mailbox. Why is that? Why it's happened? Anyone know why? You know what? It's true. I don't even know you, and you don't know me. That's true. Because up to 85% of people, they're gonna fill out the job through networking. It's not just who you are, it's gonna be who you're gonna know with. And here, especially in Darwin, is such a small, close-knit community. So I think for the most employers, they will much more prefer to have someone's preference, either from their friends or their existing employees, to introduce the new persons to their company. So it makes sense. So for us, as a new students, how can we solve that problem for us to get the job? Well, very simple. It's the IT CodeFair. Let me introduce you to the IT CodeFair. This is going to be a bridge for connecting volunteers, connecting CDU students and our future employers. This is going to be a series of events. Yes, thank you. So this is going to be a series of events that's going to support students for their skills, so they can show their skills to the future employers. And we will have a series, like, for example, 4 or 5 events that you have a chance to build your networking, your skills, like IT-related, job-related skills. And also, of course, we have challenge and competitions to you stand out on the crowd. No, thank you. Can you return? Yeah, I want to show you guys this one. This is the picture here is actually the journey of our IT CodeFair in 2022. We have 5 events in which 4 small ones from March to September. It's going to be like this, like very closeness. Everyone can talk to each other, and we will have you to build the skills. After that, the last one on November to December is the big one. It's gonna last for 1 week, where we will invite all the local IT companies to come here and interview you guys, to connect with you guys. And also all the competition and challenge gonna happen during the last event. So this is the one that I'm looking forward, and I think you guys gonna looking forward the most, the last one. So, okay, if you're not interested and not impressed yet, I will give you a few fun facts about the IT CodeFair last year. There are more than 200 attendants for the last week, the one that I talked about in November. There's more than 20 local companies, including the IT companies, of course, to go and talk. And also, the people who have the chance to interview with the employers, they got 100% hired. I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. 100% hired, including 37% high in the IT industry and 30% high in the anti-government. The rest probably waiting for new opportunity. I'm just kidding. No, what I mean is that we will offer a lot of awards, 62 awards in total, in more than 10 categories. And of course, we are so rich that we can provide also food and drinks during those workshops for you. Someone's so excited. I'm so excited. And so, like, we can talk more about that later during our break. So, I mean, are you interested? Yes? Yes? Yeah? Wonderful. Raise your hands how many people are interested in this one and want to know more. Oh, wow, a lot, thank you. Must be for the free food then. Okay. So if you're really interested in this, I will talk more about the competitions and challenge. This is the big one. This is the one that showcase your skill. And yes, can I know your name, please? Okay, so what major you are right now?
Pretty.
Pretty? From scale 1 to 10, how confident you are to take part in the competitions and challenges? Right now, I'll pull up the challenge to you. Like, how confident you are?
Often.
That's high score. Like, literally, really high score. And believe me, even you below 5, even 3, 2, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be at a lot of benefits for you, because from those challenges and competitions, you really can learn. And learn is the most important here at CDU, right? So for 7, sir, it's perfect, but lower than that. If you're not confident, here we will help you. We will have like 6 in total, so 3 challenges related to the courses at CDU. We have the data science, cybersecurity, and business innovations. This is the one that you can take part as an individual, but also can like a group. And this will happen like you will know all the topic and questions 1 month before the IT CodeFair week. So it means that it happens in, for example, this year, if it happens in October, then we will open a series, like a small workshop like this, and introduce you guys to all the questions, either from the school or the anti-government, and give you all the time so that you can prepare. So you can start to form a group now, and you can form an idea. Just wait until that we have the topic, the questions, and then you just go ahead, like show your skill. Also, besides the challenge, we also have the competitions. Now, this one is something that I really like, because the sky is unlimited. It's like you can have your project, your own project, and you can have the project that you already present at school with your professors. That's something that you already submit. Doesn't matter. Or with your friends, something that you interest in a long time, and you want to show that to the judge. This is the one that you can literally just submit them before the deadline, and then us and the judge will select the prize winner and display the work at the end of the contest. Yeah, understand? Thank you. All right. So here's the few things, I'm already present. Yeah. So at the end, what do you think? Like, why do you think that you're gonna join us? There's one sir here, my friend. I'm not gonna say sir, but what's your name, please?
British.
British.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So and I think that you're gonna be really interested in our CodeFair event. Yeah. Yeah, he's the one who knows the most. Like, he's the one who gives me most confidence for this speech. So, can you tell me like the reason why after all this?
Yeah. So, as per my ideas, like only study is not the solution, right? To get some idea, improve yourself, get more skills, knowledge, this IT portfolio can give you. In a class, you are bounded with the colleagues or kind of like students. But in IT portfolio, you can interact with companies, experienced people, person. So that's one benefit. Which so corporate life experience you can feel in this, and as well as you can flourish your expertise. So that's one reason. For career perspective, also I'm looking for this. To be honest, everyone is looking for after finishing study, they want to go for like job in IT companies, organizations. But IT portfolio is like you can check yourself where I am, what is going in market, and what new in market. That's also one thing.
So much.
Yeah.
This is a really long but perfect answer. That sum up everything that I want to tell. Like, so, of course, and who knows? Like, it could be a speed dating for someone. We can find a significant other here at CDU as well. Job and friendships and probably partner. Okay, so here's the things that you can help you to connect with us through social media. So we have our websites, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. The thing is because this is such a long series event, so that's why I need you guys to keep in touch with us, and so we can update and tell you exactly when is the competition and challenge going to happen, and also maybe like you can have a lot of chance to networking with local companies during the year, not just the last week, the IT CodeFair week, but like throughout all the series of the events. Yeah, and please sign up for the volunteers. This is the one that I have to tell you. Yes, we are looking for enthusiastic individuals that can contribute to our team and make our event successful. Also, you can add IT CodeFair volunteer to your resume. Which is also a bonus, right? But it's more important is how you're gonna learn throughout all this journey with us. Thank you so much for listening and yeah. So now I will present you to Sherry. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kelly. And I'm not sure if you know how many years we have had CDU IT CodeFair. Can you guess? Make a guess. And not yet there, but we will. 7. Very close. I think this is going to be our 8th.
8 years.
Yeah, so if you ask any IT company in 20, they would have known about IT CodeFair. Yes, because this is how they created all the employees like you guys in the future. And then also we believe in getting people locally rather than getting someone flying someone from, let's say, Sydney, for example. So you guys are really the future of our Northern Territory, especially in IT industry. Okay, so I think you have made the right choice so far by picking IT. Isn't it? Yes, I think it's one of the most demanding jobs that we have currently. However, we know all the weak points of IT people is usually you're a little bit shy. Yes. Oh, not you. You're a good one. You're a good example. Oh, I mean, we've got some students. Oh, I would like to work behind my computer screen. You don't call my name, please. So this is something that we have to work on it. We can't continue like this because what happens is when the employer is going to recruit you, what happened? Oh, what's your name? What have you done? This is not like I would say that I'm from Thailand. I think you can guess from my name, like everyone's here, so I think they're just call me Cherry. Right? So in our culture, if people ask like, oh Cherry, you're good. Oh no, I'm not at all. But you can't do that with employer because you're not good. Okay, fine, I'm not gonna hire you. You have to say, I'm good at this. What did you do exactly? What was the specific examples you are going to ask? What impact did you make, isn't it? So that's something that you need to practice right now. And I think that later on list, if you look on this side, I've got list. List is our career center manager. And it's going to be talk about networking and then how you would have an elevator pitch so that you can introduce yourself. This is very important. Now, you've got so many exciting things happening. You just moved to Darwin, you've got study, you've got part-time job, you've got IT portfolio, you've got ACS, you've got so many things. How are you going to fit everything into your timetable? Some of you've got family. Some of you bring your wife, your kids, right? And then maybe you bring husband, and then your kids as well. So I mean, I'm not sure there's so many things that you have to do. And so that's why it comes to time management. Okay. Now, thank you, Ash. So I would just like to start with the video. Yes, if you would help me to click the link so we could show you a quick video. That's okay. While we are waiting for this video is really about priorities. Okay. How many of you guys understand what does priorities mean?
Important tasks that you need to finish within a certain short time.
Yeah, important task that you have to finish in a short time. In a short time depends, right, on how you schedule. Some people told me, Sherry, I said, have you done your assignment? No, not yet, because I said, why? I'm very good with time pressure. When it's 1 week before the deadline, I will start all the 4 units assignment at the same time. And that's good. I like work like that. How many people sound like that? So I would say like it's really bad because this is giving you a burnout if it's going on the long run. Okay, so it's good. I understand how it can help you to work efficiently in the sense that you can finish everything in a short time. But if you keep doing that all the time, what would happen? Maybe stroke by the age of, I don't know, early stroke. We don't want anything like that to happen, right? So we have to manage our time carefully. Okay. So this video is really telling you about priorities in terms of the important tasks here are big rocks, right? So if you put everything all at the same time, important or not important, whatever comes first, I will tackle it first, it will be too full. You can't fill everything into place. So let's put on your priorities first. What are your big rocks? How many people actually put exercise in your own box? I should. I thought I should. I should, yes. How many people did you put it there? What would be your big rocks? Currently, assignments. Okay, very good. Assignments. Yes, assignments. Yes, assignments. What else? Results. Achieve the good result. We probably have to be specific on one. Maybe for me, for example, it would be my daughter. For example, yes. Okay. Some people say good job. What about self-professional development? Don't forget that as well. You want to always improve yourself, be a better person. Do you put your time for meditation? The time for yourself, right? I put some of a few examples here. Ash, if you could show us. Oh, if you go back. Oh, it didn't show on that. That is strange. I put in there, for example, would be my family, your loved ones, your health, your study, yes, your homework, your job. All right. Okay. So we have two types when we're looking at Eisenhower principles. He said, I have two kinds of problem. One is the urgent and important. The urgent are not important and the important are never urgent. Would you believe that? Urgent are not important. What an urgent thing that's coming in and is not important could be something like phone calls. It's urgent, you have to pick it now, but most of the time it's not important, really. I mean, if you don't pick up your phone, what is the consequence that will come to you? I'm not talking about job offer telephone, though. So, I mean, in general, you've got a phone call, right? So something urgent that's coming. Okay, so if you are always the kind of people who always burn out, you do things as a last minute, everything is urgent. When it becomes urgent, then what about if you need to go to the bathroom, something urgent come up? You can't fill them in and then you burn out. Okay, so I'd like you to think about important activities and urgent. I put another things, yeah, okay. So I've got a metrics right here, urgent and not urgent, important and not important. Okay, which one you should do first? Urgent and important, right? Let's say do it. So things with the deadlines and consequences, we're not taking immediate action. So what are some of those examples? Assignments, like you said, yes. Client project, submitting articles. Okay, for these are the things that already have deadlines. Yes, and something that is urgent but not important. These are the things that anyone can do it. Okay, we are talking about delegate if you are a manager, but I mean, as yourself, then maybe this is something that you can do it later on, maybe when you're free time, when you've got some free time there. Okay, so these are things that does need to be done, but doesn't require any specific skills at all, like uploading a blog post or some scheduling or preparing your meal, things like that. Not urgent, important. I think this one is the one that I would normally go for planning it best, right? Like self-development activities that does not have the deadline, but is easy to procrastinate. Exercise. Let's do some push-up right now. Tonight, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we can start tomorrow. Let's do it next week. This is something that is important, not urgent, and people always procrastinate. Most of the time, this is very important, but difficult to achieve. So that's why you guys always procrastinate. So discipline is the thing that brings this in. Okay, and not urgent and not important. I think some of you were in 363 class that I teach, and I said, I spent a long time on Netflix. And then at the end of the day, Netflix watched me. So I said, oh, this one look nice. Oh, this one, which one should I watch? Oh, so this one. Oh, I heard this one. Oh, this one, good review. Blah, 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 blah. Pick. 40 minutes. I haven't watched anything yet. Oh no, let's turn it on. So I spent the time on not important and not urgent. I'm just scrolling through Netflix to see what I want to watch. And then I spend that time more than the time I actually watched the movie. Imagine that. I don't know if that's the same with you guys. So are you one of these? Merger. This is classically some people who have a lot of things to finish, but these things does not belong to you. Someone else has asked you to do something, and you're working on that something. Okay, and then you do that all the time. Oh, but I mean, my friend asked me to do this. I feel good when I'm helping people. I'm not telling you to stop helping people, but do it when you have time. If you don't have time, don't put their priorities over yours. Okay, are you the procrastinator? Oh, I can see big hand at the back. Do it tomorrow, do it later, do it next week, next year. Okay, I think it's still quite early in the year. Let's set New Year resolutions. What do you want to do? Okay, distracted. I'm determined. I set all the time. Oh, something on the Facebook. Oh, okay. Earthquake. Oh, what? Something's happening. Or a bird chirping. Oh, today's nice weather. Oh, a storm. What have you done in the last 30 minutes? Nothing. Distracted. Okay. Underestimated. These are the people who look at, okay, I'm going to, it's 4 units only 4 units. When I was back in Thailand, I do 6 units at the same time. I can wait until one week before the deadline. At the end of the day, Cry. Cry, sit down and cry. Firefighter, this is the one that you said, I'm very good with deadline. I work well under pressure. Give me pressure, I will finish it. Firefighter. Put out the water. Perfectionist, this is another type that ruin our time. What happened with perfectionists? Look, I'm going to make assignment look like this. It's going to be grand. It's going to be the best in the class. Let's look at the template. Okay. And then template is not even in marking rubric, isn't it? I'm going to make it look like this, or look at the color scheme as we red and black and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you spend so much time with very little things is done. Okay. By getting 100% or 85%, you get both HD. Okay, so rather you do 85 and then you move on to other things. You don't need to get 100. Make sense? Okay, then that's another thing that we have to consider, your life role. Some of us put on many hats. A teacher, a student, a mother, a daughter, a member of something, right? So what roles are you playing? You don't have to tell me yet, so I want you to think about this now. And then what roles do you plan to play? I'm going to join IT CodeFair ambassadors. I've got a few here. Yeah. So I mean, you have to add that role into your schedule. If I would say that if you already have 4 roles, I would not recommend you to add another thing on top of it because it would be too many things to observe at the same time. What roles you want to play in life? You're not going to stick to these 4 roles forever, right? One day, instead of being a student, you'll be manager, you'll be president, CEO, CTO, right? How many roles do you think you can have at the same time? How many different jobs do you think you can do at the same time? I'm not talking about, oh, I've got 2 full-time jobs or something like that. I'm talking about being a father, being a mother, being a student, being I don't know, boss. Yeah, how many do you think you can be at the same time?
Just
And
one.
number of it is changing.
No, but at one time, at any one time. One is already a lot, isn't it? I would say maximum 4. Maximum. Or don't do more than this because you will not do well. And when you don't do well, what happens? Carrie is so bad she doesn't get things done. And you're like, what I've been doing? I've worked my off and then I'm doing all this. And then they say, no, but she didn't get anything done. Then instead of people appreciating you, what happens? You fail them. Yeah, you're failing them, and that's not good. That's not good. Okay. So these are some different roles, for example. Yeah. So maybe as a friend. Okay. I want you to think of the role that you have. Okay, no matter how many roles you have right now. I want you to set some SMART goals. What do we mean by SMART? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Specific, make it specific enough that you can measure whether it's working or not. Okay, you set the deadline. Okay, for example, this is my current level. I feel like my presentation skills is not good when I don't know how to use body language. I'm just it's like a chorus singer. So I mean, I want to be able to use my body language more effectively during presentation. So this is my target level. So at the end of the year, I can see whether I achieved or not. This is still not specific enough because I should be able to say, what do I mean by more effectively? Right? I should identify that as well. And if I could, I should put a date. So I'll give you some examples of different 4 roles. In the 4 roles, make sure you include yourself. Because everyone needs time for themselves. Otherwise, it goes crazy. Okay. So for yourself, my goal is walk 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So that is specific, measurable, relevant, timely. Yeah. Then I want to be able to wake up at 6 a.m. every day. As a lecturer, I want to investigate two learning technology tools to improve peer evaluations each semester because the students said, my team members are not working. I'm the only one working on the assignments, for example. Yes, as a mother, you will spend at least 45 minutes a day on homework together. So this is something that you set specific goals. Okay. Then I start to list action steps. Okay, now I wanted to organize craft materials because if you come to my apartment right now, you will see, what is this mess? Yeah, so I want to put, because my daughter like drawing, painting, and things like that. So I want to organize all that craft materials. So my action step this week is I'm gonna sort them into different categories. Maybe I'm gonna buy some bins, put them in and organize them, make label during the weekend. Okay, so this is the plan to do. Now, I will just give you some worksheet. If the ambassadors can pass that along, that would be some sort of the worksheet that you can use to do. Okay, the first thing is really, I want you to think about the role. On the top of the sheet, you will get 4 columns. In that 4 columns, I want you to think about what is your role. What 3 goals? We want 3 goals for the week. Okay, so in that week, how are you going to put them in each day of the week? Okay, then on the bottom, list down what is your priorities this week. Okay, so this is something that you can. It's simple, and then you can always adapt it to the one that you want to use it. So you see, I put in 5 just in case you are eager to be another role. Yes, so yes, put them in terms of time slot. Okay, into the time slot that.
So this paper is for we get the authorizations if we take out cute photos of you guys today or doing some videos. If this paper is gonna allow us to use your photo for our promotions in the future. So please fill in. Thank you. So if you could fill that in for us by the break time, not your timetable. Your timetable, you can keep it and then try to see if you can spend it on the rest of the week and then see how it goes. But I have some tools to help you on that as well. We've got a few time management techniques before you work on this, yeah? Some of them are called, I don't know if you have heard this, Pomodoro technique. I'm not talking about pasta. I mean, like, no one says, Pomodoro. But I don't sell many things. Yes, so Pomodoro here is a time management technique that we says we are going to break the time that you have into 25 minutes chunk. After each 25 minutes, you have 5 minutes break. So you're gonna set timer on your phone. Really, set the timer for 25 minutes. Yeah, and then you start working on it. During that time, the phone has to be off. I think a lot of phone now has this focus mode that you can do not disturb. Yeah, do not disturb. Now, you work on each task for 25 minutes. Take 5 minutes break or 3 times. After 3 times, take a longer break, like 15 to 30 minutes break. Okay, how does that work? It helps to improve effective planning because you don't have that distractions. So you can focus better. Yeah, and stress management. A lot of people also say, I am multitasking. Is multitasking good? I would say that multitasking is not so good because it means that you're not focused. Okay, try to focus on one thing at a time. Finish that one, then move on to another thing. Okay, so we want that single tasking, and it will help you set priorities. Don't just put any task and set on 25 minutes. This one we're looking at urgent, important, and not urgent and important. These are the tasks that we want to do. Okay, set that on for 25 minutes. 5 minutes break 4 times,
take a break. And it will help you to stop you, to help you say no. And say, Auntie, can you help me do this? Oh, no, because I'm in this, I do not disturb more. That's the word. Yeah, sorry to keep on because I know you can. Now, the pros and cons of this technique is that it gives you better time estimates for your work, and it helps you to fix the work time. When you have regular break, it would help you to like, okay, remind yourself, drink water, do something. So it helps you to manage your stress at the same time. And also good for your eyes, because you guys are all on computer. After 25 minutes, it's really good for you to really have a break. You don't want a very thick glasses at the end of your life. Right? So we don't want that. And Pomodoro's are an easy way to track profitability and productivity because we can measure from the time taken to do the work and the finished products. Okay, now the console. If you guys are the people who took quite a while to be able to focus, so you took that 25 minutes, maybe first 5 minutes you could not focus as much, and then you're in the middle of something, and then ding, the time finished. Then you have to refocus again. So maybe can be counterproductive. So it depends. I mean, I'm not saying that this method is good for everyone. Okay, and following fixed interval here might not be a good idea for certain people too. Kanban, I think you guys might know some of this, especially if you're in IT or project management. Carolina would know the Kanban, right? Kanban actually comes from Japanese term and it means board, whiteboard. What happened is this is the technique that is originated from Toyota company. And in Toyota company at that time, they wanted to increase capacity, productivity. So they started to create visibility by having different columns. This is the every task list of what you need to do. Then you put the thing that you need to do list. And this is in progress. And this is finished. But in Scrum methodology, before we do finish, we have to do testing, validating. Let's say you develop a software, right? You develop it, you design it, and then you actually working on this. Then you are testing before you go to finished products. So Kanban is doing something like that. But in time management, I think it's good enough to do in progress and done. Why is this good? It's good in terms of when you're looking at things as a team. Our team is actually using this as well as weekly. Like sort of we list all the tasks that everyone in the team doing. This increase in visibility tell us, okay, what Kenny is working on, what I'm working on, what Kai is working on, what Ash working on. Okay, so that I don't add up. If they already have a lot of things to do, I don't add something to the task they already have. And it can also help us to see what the feeling of what has been accomplished. Okay, so it helps us to improve planning and smart goal setting, proper task delegation, and help us to do single tasking because on each sheet, if let's say you use Kanban for the team, for each card, each task, you should put the person's name on it so that you can see who is doing what. Sometimes we use the color code as the person who do it. You might see those kind of boards as well. So it helps us to protect from multitasking. Yeah, so I would say that I'm right. So I will go on to the next method and we will forward the slides for you to have a look through as well. So the last method that I really want to introduce to you is Eat That Frog. How many people have read the book Eat That Frog? Have you heard of it? It's for productivity and time management. So the frog here that we said is it comes from Brian Tracy, and he's a best-selling author. And he said the best thing for you is to manage your time is to tackle the frog first. What is the frog? The frog is the hardest thing that you have to do of that day. Okay, so it could be the most difficult task, for example. So you tackle the one that is difficult, most hated task of the day. So you have to do that first. and the rest of the day will be easy, smooth, because you have done already the most difficult thing of the day. Okay, then he said that eat it. Okay, finish that one before you move on to the next one and repeat it every day. So for this task, for this method, I would say that we call them as A, B, C, D, E method. So what is A, B, C, D, E? Let's say you list out all your tasks that you've got, all the tasks that you've got, and then you put letter A, B, C, D, E as separately. So now you're going to label all your tasks. Let's say from the 4 rows that you have, 3 goals each, and then you try to label them. What are the actions that you have to do in order to get that? A is the most important task that you should do first, and without this one, if you don't do it, you suffer the worst consequence. Let's say Cherry's assignment. That's a problem. Okay, so if you don't do it, fail, for example, so that's worst consequences. The deadline to have to do that first. Okay, so and then we label it B. What is B? The second most important task. So it's like in the second quadrant that we did, it's important but not urgent. If you don't do it today, you don't have bad consequence happening to you. Okay, you take more B than A. Okay, if you put more than one A or more than one B, what you do is use out A1, A2, A3, depending on priority like that. Yeah, and then task B is what you could do, but you wouldn't suffer consequence if you don't do it. Okay, so what would be the impact of this reply to emails? I haven't done reply to emails. Yes, I would have some consequence on it, but not as bad. And maybe my friend will hate me. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, and task B is what you should ideally delegate to someone else, something that everyone can do. Okay, so if you're a manager, this is something that you can delegate. All right, and task E is something you don't need to do at all. You're free to delete it, like play games online or something like that. So you can take that out, for example. So each method helps us to help in effective planning, setting priorities, and smart goal settings. But having said that, we're not going to spend 2 hours a week planning, isn't it? Because you're not going to make this perfect. Remember, no perfectionist. You plan roughly. You don't have to make it as oh, I will make it look beautiful, stick it on my wall. Well, you don't have to do that. Okay, just make sure that it works for you. That's it. Now, good thing about Eat Your Frog is you do the most worst task of the day. So the rest are easy to accomplish now. And it helps you to prioritize things easier. The cons about it is that it can be demoralizing because I mean, first thing you wake up, you do the most difficult thing. And I say, oh, I'm so tired now to do anything else. So it could be. So you see that not all these techniques will be good for everyone. It's just something that is available on the market and is popular. So you have to see and adjust which one is best for you. Okay? Yeah. And of course, practice, and then you will get better. Okay. Any questions you got so far?
Yes, so how to make those smart goals? I mean, sometimes it's just too hard to figure them or is there any technique or something?
Okay. I would say that setting up smart goals is usually you set up a milestone that you want to do, something that you want to achieve. Okay, so let's say if you want to achieve success, and then you have to be able to divide like what level of success you want to be in. Let's say if you want to learn a language, then you would have different level to accomplish, right? So it's good to try to break down certain level, and also for big jobs, you can break down them into chunks, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. That would help you to create smart goals easier with the big tasks. Yes, I think that we always talk about like divide and conquer. Yeah, so we're not going to achieve the whole thing in one day, but break that down into smaller tasks, and then we can you can definitely master it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, I think we're for afternoon tea and afternoon tea shortly. How long do we have, Kelly, for afternoon tea? How long do we have for afternoon tea?
10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then after that, we'll do it. Yeah, this is going to train us on network, professional networking. Then we will have networking opportunities when you will get to practice network with each other, together with Lisa. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody forward afternoon tea? Yes. Nice and comfy in your chair?
Yes.
And we're going to take a little networking journey. Thank you for having me this afternoon. My name is Louise Hendry and I am the manager of the Careers Centre here at CDU. I'm also the current careers consultant, so if you can hear the short appointment, you'll see me. And we're running lots and lots of workshops and networking events over the next few weeks. So you need to make sure that you are tuned in, that you are following us on Facebook. That's where we post a lot of stuff. And that you are regularly checking the events and appointments tab in the online career centre. Who knows where to find the online career centre? Hands up. Do you know where the online career centre is? You know where to find it? It's in your student portal. So when you look in your student portal where all your apps are, you will see a pretty green app that has the North Star on it. Some people think it looks like a compass, but it's the North Star. So make sure you are going in there. In there you will find so many resources, resume templates, advice on how to write your resume, interview simulator so that you can video yourself answering questions and you can watch yourself back. There's little worksheets you can do. There are videos to watch. So it's a really good self-help area for you to check out. Yeah. If you can't find what you need in there or you need more, you can always click on that I want to talk to a human button. That will allow you to book an appointment with the centre. Have I got any, there's some awesome students in here as well, haven't I? Is anyone an awesome student in the awesome program? Put your hand up if you're in the awesome program. Just one? Okay. Great. So the awesome program is already full for this semester, but you might want to think about it for next semester. It's specifically for international students, and you go through a series of workshops with us and you learn about workplace culture, how to write in a business setting and how to behave professionally. And then at the end of that, you get, if you attend all those sessions, you get a 50-hour work placement within a CDU unit. So it could be in ITMS, it might be with the digital learning people, it might be with student engagement, it could be anywhere across the university. But what that will do is give you some Australian workplace experience, which you can then use to go on and look for other jobs. And of course, if you do a really good job while you're in there, you might get some Australian referees as well, which are really important in the job application process. So you should think about that for next semester. Applications will be opening again, probably about a week for semester 2. Okay. All right, so shall we talk about networking? Let's do it. Hey, Ash, cycle through. Has someone already done the acknowledgement of country today? Yes, great. Okay, so we're today going to talk about why is networking important, the secret, so I'm going to give you the secret to taking to employers, and of course where you can go to get more help. Gosh. First off, we've got a little video to watch, so hopefully ask you for his magic and get it to go.
Anyway, for many of us, the idea of talking to strangers fills us with horror. So why bother to network? Why don't we just apply for jobs on the internet? Because over 70% of available jobs are never advertised on the internet. Most jobs go through word of mouth because it's a cheaper, more efficient, and a more reliable way for employers to find the right person. If you don't network, you're potentially limiting yourself to a fraction of all available positions. Put simply, the more people we know, the more opportunities we hear about, and networking is a great way to meet more people. Networking can come in a variety of different situations outside the usual meetings and functions. Your hairdresser, neighbour, or the person who makes your coffee every day can potentially have useful contacts for you. Let's break networking down into 3 key points. Firstly, let us start by changing how we feel about networking. Many of us feel nervous, awkward, or fake because we feel like we must pretend to be nice to someone when really the only reason we're talking to them is because we want a job. Let's set the record straight. Networking is not asking strangers for a job. Having an open-minded approach of a casual chat will make you and them feel far more comfortable. Shift your mindset from what can I get out of this person to how can I help this person? It doesn't have to be in a professional sense. It could be recommending a good restaurant or sharing a recipe, or even just listening to their story. Secondly, many of us worry about what to say. Thankfully, people generally like to talk about themselves, especially more senior people. So the secret to networking is to ask people about themselves. Ask questions about their career story, their opinions, and their advice. If you show genuine interest in someone, the conversation will flow easily. The third point is to know how to talk about yourself so that people remember who you are and what you have to offer. The human brain remembers stories, so create a compelling narrative that contains relevant experiences as well, something unique or unusual, so that people remember you. Prepare the story in advance and don't worry, it'll become more natural the more you tell it. Making personal business cards that have your name and contact details on them will also give you a professional edge. In summary, you don't have to try and be someone you are not. Just be yourself, be curious about the person you are talking to, think about how you can make their day a little better, be ready to share your story, and you'll be surprised what opportunities will come your way.
So, networking in a nutshell. My job is done.
Networking. Networking. For many of us, the idea of talking to strangers fills us with horror.
Ash loved it so much, we wanted to watch it. So networking, it's not about asking people for a job. Okay, if you work that into the conversation too early on, the conversation will go nowhere. And it might not be until the second or third time you meet that person that you might say, I'm looking for an internship, or, you know, I want to do a placement with you, or have you got any part-time work available? Yeah? So there's a lot of stuff that has to happen before you get to that particular point. Over 70% of jobs don't make it to seek. So there's a lot of work out there that is just kind of found through people's networks. The most important thing about that to remember is it's not what you know, it's who you know, and that is particularly relevant to here in Darwin. But it's also, more importantly, who knows you. So who is going to have a conversation with you and remember you, so that in the next time they meet you, they might think of an opportunity they have for you, or they might see you at the CodeFair volunteering or putting in an entry. And it's all those little things that add up to developing a relationship with an employer, potential employer. And they're the sorts of little things that will help you get a job before it goes to speak, or before it goes on the Careers Centre notice board. So we're going to talk about what you can do to tell your story your unique story because you're all different. You've all come from different places. You've had different experiences, and you probably want different things when you finish. Apart from the fact that you all want a grad job, you still want different things because you want to work in different areas. So you're all unique to start with. So it's about identifying that in yourself and finding ways to tell your story around that. So for the next 5 to 10 minutes, what I want you to do with the person next to you or in groups of 3, if that makes it easier, just have a chat about these 4 things. What do you think you're good at? What do you care about? What's important to you and what interests you? And then we're going to do a little practice session. So in this exercise, what we're trying to work out, he's very keen, isn't he? What we're trying to work out is a little story that you can tell when we do our practice networking. Okay, so do we all know what we're doing? Put your hand up if you're not clear. Put your hand up if you are clear. There's a lot of no man's land in here. Does everybody know what we're doing? Yeah. Okay. So in little groups, I don't mind if it's 2s or 3s or 4s. I want you to talk to each other about those 4 things. Okay, good.
Sorry. Sorry.
I hope you don't mind if I make fun of you.
No, it's all right.
Just a moment, guys. Just a moment, guys. Let's talk with someone you don't know. Because it's like you're talking to your best friend here. I don't want you to talk to people you don't know. Okay?
Certainly, Sherry's jumping the gun as well. I'm so eager. Just stay in your group.
Because every
Yeah, we still have reaching this final month.
What's important to you?
5 minutes more of this session. For
Yeah, for me, for networking.
It's just 6 left.
Spend how much time?
Because I don't. Is it
Yeah, I can go as long as we're short of that.
Most of the people is that.
It's like, yeah, you pray. Yeah.
Like anyhow you want to.
Anyone have any attention and like to the front? Hello. Thank you. I'm loving the conversation. That's great. Okay, but I have a feeling that you might have been talking to somebody that you already know. Okay. Hey guys, listen up so you can know what to do next. Thank you. Okay, so I think you've probably been talking to people that you already know because you've come to this event and you've sort of sat together and that's great. It's good to have a buddy. So now you've had a bit of a chance to think about what I might like, what I'm good at, what's important to me. Ash, can I have the next slide, please? Okay, so now you are going to find somebody who you don't know and you're going to introduce yourselves. Okay, and you're going to tell them why you studied IT. What made you from across the seas? What made you come from another state? What made you decide to stay in Darwin? Why did you choose IT? What do you want to do with IT in the future? And the person that you're talking to is going to keep asking you the question, why? So if you say, I came to Darwin to study IT, the person you're talking to is going to say, why? Might say, I really like IT. You're going to say, why? Okay? Until you can get right down to the nitty gritty of exactly what it is that you love about IT and what you think you'll be able to do with it when you finish. Is that clear? All right, so for this one, we're going to stand up and you're going to walk around and find someone that you don't know, that you haven't met before. Are there people in the room you haven't met before? Yeah? Scary. Okay. So this is a safe place. This is a place to practice. Before we let you loose on any employers, this is the place where you need to go start getting things right. Okay. All right. So everybody stand up. Stand up. Okay. All right. Now move around the room until you find someone you don't know, and then ask them to introduce themselves and tell you why they studied IT. Yeah. And don't forget to ask the question why. Okay, women, is not present. You finish part of your conversation, you might like to move a new person into a room.